Is the DJI Mini 4 Pro the perfect travel drone? If you could only buy one drone, take one of these drones with you, is the Mini 4 Pro actually worth the hype? Is it any better than the really popular and much cheaper DJI Mini 3 Pro? So in today's video, I'm going to tell you what it's been like from a travel perspective flying the Mini 4 Pro in the Canary Islands and California since owning this drone. Talk about what's good about it, what's bad about it, should you save some money and just get the DJI Mini 3 Pro? I'm going to discuss all of that today. Before we do, if you could really help me out, it would be really appreciated. So round about 16% of you guys who watch all of these videos are subscribers. The rest of you aren't, and that is just criminal. So if you could do me a massive favor to try and get to 20% of you guys who watch these videos, just hit that subscribe button. We've got tech and drone content all the time, and I've got loads of exciting news that you don't want to miss out on coming really soon. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoyed any part of this video, and let's discuss what this drone has been like in the Canary Islands first of all. Now, a huge advantage to the Mini 4 Pro is its ease of use. For travel, this is really important. You might have really limited space in your bag or your case. So for a setup like this, it really doesn't take a lot of effort or space at all to take this drone with you. Unlike some of the bigger drones like the Mavic series, which is much bigger, the batteries are bigger, everything's just bigger with the bigger drones. Where here you can see the drone is tiny, it's smaller than most mobile phones, and the batteries are really small as well. So this here, the controller, the batteries, the drone, that is all you need as an actual kit to get some really fantastic shots, videos and photos when you're on location. I would say the disadvantage to this whole setup is these batteries. So because they're small, because the drone's small, the battery life isn't going to be as good as the bigger drones. So I would say get the Creator combo. If you're going to get one of these small drones, get 3 batteries as a minimum. Now you can charge these batteries when you're in the car traveling to different locations like I do, or if you're just going back to your hotel, you can put these on charge before moving to that next location. But the size of this drone is a massive advantage why this is a really good choice for travel. So in the Canary Islands, the Mini 4 Pro, it handled itself pretty well. The propellers on here are good. Because they are small, it's not going to be a loud drone. So when you're in these busy locations, you're not going to get everybody staring at you because you're flying this drone. Over 30 meters, no one's going to hear this. It's a big advantage compared to these bigger drones. The Mavic series is much louder. So for flying this in travel locations where they are busier, this is a big advantage. Mini 4 Pro, the camera on here is not going to be as good as the Mavic series, but I would say it is good enough for any travel location. So it's 4K, you can rotate the camera, which I think is a fantastic advantage on here. So you can get horizontal photos and videos, and then one click on the button on that controller and the camera will rotate to vertical, and then you can share all of this content on Instagram as well without having to do any cropping. So the camera quality is great, but it is a fixed f1.7 aperture. So I always had on here an ND filter. I have an ND32, an ND64, or over water an ND polarizing filter to reduce those reflections. That is super important for getting decent footage out of this drone because of this fixed f1.7 aperture. And I did use a lot of the features on here, but mainly the active shot. So the tracking on here is so much better now. So when I was driving here in this location, I could get the drone anywhere on a 360 degrees clock face, tell it the exact angle I wanted it to be in. And then if I wanted to, I could also just click on the controller and the drone would automatically fly to a different angle and track me. And the tracking works really well. And pairing it with the new DJI RC2 is fantastic. It's got external antennas on now, so the signal is a lot better. For travel, this is really important. You go into locations you've probably never been to before. You want to have a good, strong signal. And I don't mean about how far you can actually send this drone in a straight line as far as possible. I mean, how strong is this signal from the controller to the drone in the area that you're flying? And this is much, much stronger now. It's got a built-in screen. The screen is just as bright as the original DJI DJI RC. You don't have to connect to your phone, you don't have to mess around with any wires. This setup here is so much faster. And it's also good because if you do have the luxury of having like a DJI Air 3, so a slightly bigger version of this drone, you don't have to take two controllers with you. You can just get your DJI RC2 and that can control both the DJI Mini 4 Pro and the DJI Air 3, and then any future drones we will see which also supports OcuSync 4, so that's really good. So I was quite worried taking the Mini 4 Pro to this location because naturally it is a windy location, but I must have got pretty lucky because it wasn't actually that bad, apart from like a couple of locations where it did struggle a little bit, but it didn't actually hamper the end result. This video is sponsored by Artlist and they make finding music and sound effects so easy. So if you've got one of these really good drones or cameras, you take some fantastic video, you want your music to actually match that. You don't want to get fantastic footage and then pair that with terrible music. It needs to match. So this location here that I went to, all I had to do was go into Artlist, I typed in cinematic. Now most of the time, one of the new results, I'll use one of them songs, or I can scroll through out of the thousands of different songs it gives me, and I can choose any of them. And what's great is it actually suggests similar songs as well. So say I like this song that I've just used, I can go under similar songs and then use another similar song on a future video. And all of these tracks are from real artists as well, so the quality is fantastic. You can also search for sound effects and get some good sound effects to match your content. So in here, the example I've just shown you, wind noises, wave noises, some atmosphere, it really does enhance that video quality. They've also got a max plan so you can get plugins, titles, you can get stock video footage, so you could add stock video content to your clips as well. If you want to check it out, prices start from just $8.49 a month, which is incredible for unlimited music and sound effects, all royalty free, so no fear of copyright strikes. I'll link it at the top of the description. What's even better, if you use my link, you're going to get an extra 2 months free added to your subscription as well. So I highly recommend you go and check that out. Let's get back to the video. Now in California, I went here with the family, so space was incredibly limited. They managed to take like everything bar the kitchen sink, but I did manage to sneak in the DJI Mini 4 Pro and the DJI Air 3, two fantastic drones. But the Mini 4 Pro, in majority of all these locations, did absolutely fantastic. I thought it would be fairly windy, hence why I took the DJI Air 3. I did want to take advantage of the 70mm, get some closer shots, which I did, and that worked out really good. But for like 80% of the time, I was using the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So we toured all the beaches on the Pacific Coast Highway and enabled us to actually get some fantastic photos and videos, switching that camera up from horizontal to vertical so I could share on both YouTube and social media as well. It was fantastic. And again, because it's not noisy, we didn't disturb anybody. We even managed to actually park up near Huntington Beach and get some quick shots as well in this fantastic Jeep Wrangler. It was great. But a quick tip for you is I do notice on the Mini 4 Pro, what I tend to get into a habit of doing is before I actually hit record, I'll tap on the screen what I want to actually focus on. Now, most of the time the drone should autofocus, but I have noticed a few times that some of the shots could be blurry or it takes a little bit of time to actually focus. So to avoid that, basically, just tap on the screen and then hit record. And that's what I kind of get into a habit of doing. And now I'll pretty much do like every single time just to like double check everything is in focus and looking nice and sharp. I just really enjoyed using the Mini 4 Pro. I had this, the controllers and some batteries in the glove box ready. I could get this airborne within a minute. So loads of different locations. It was not a hassle taking this drone with me. On the beaches, you know what it's like. You've got your bag, you've got all the towels, you've got loads of little things. I could just put this in the smallest of bags and it was no hassle at all taking this with me. And then I'm not going to miss out on shots. This was fantastic for travel and much better than the DJI Air 3 because although I absolutely love this drone, everything just is slightly bigger. So you've got the DJI Air 3 which is bigger and the batteries are also bigger as well. The Mini 4 Pro was much more convenient, which meant I used it a lot more.
Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace I know I can be happy. It's not in my head. I could sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess. But what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low. I'm not myself. I feel so low.
Now, regards to the camera, I use the ND64 on here a lot of the time. California is super bright, either reflections off the water or the buildings. That worked out really well. Also use that polarizing filter over the sea. Now, the sunsets at California were incredible. So for sunsets, I was using the ND8 filter and got really lucky with some lovely sunsets, but I also used the mist filter. This gives you this dreamy look. This worked out really well in the Malibu location, got some fantastic sunsets. So overall, is the Mini 4 Pro a perfect travel drone? Well, I wouldn't say it was perfect. It's going to heavily depend on the locations that you're going to. But if you just want a drone to actually just take with you in your bag, go to different locations, you've always got a drone with you, you're not going to miss out on content. If it's windy, fair enough, you can't fly this if it's really windy, but majority of the time, this is going to be good enough in the wind. As I've seen here, 2 locations, one of them a really naturally windy place, and it did fantastic. It is a great drone. But what about the DJI Mini 3 Pro? The Mini 3 Pro, a fantastic popular drone, around about $200 cheaper. I've got hundreds of flight time on the Mini 3 Pro. It is awesome. So is the Mini 4 Pro actually worth it for just a travel drone? We see, although this has got loads of features packed into it, yes, the new active shots on here was great, a lot better. I love being able to go onto the controller and actually change wherever I want the angle of that drone to be. That's so much better. The RC2 controller is a lot better as well. The signal's much stronger. I really do enjoy that. The D-Log-M color profile, I can get the very best now in terms of quality. But those are the 3 big advantages that it brings me. Nothing else really. In those locations that I've just described and shown you, I didn't use waypoints, I didn't use cruise control, I didn't use any slow motion 100 FPS. So I would say those are the 3 only advantages that you're going to get. Now, buying new, there's only a $200 difference. I would say yes, it's worth $200 more to get the Mini 4 Pro. But on the used market, you could pick the Mini 3 Pro up for around about $500 difference. You can get some really good deals, especially people wanting to sell this to upgrade to that Mini 4 Pro. And in the 2 locations that I've been to, if I took the Mini 3 Pro instead of the Mini 4 Pro, showing you guys, there would have been hardly any difference at all. The camera quality on here, there's a small difference. The features, yes, there's a lot more features on the Mini 4 Pro, but are you going to use them? Do you use D-Log-M? Do you need a much bigger signal? Do you use active shots a lot? If you don't, get the Mini 3 Pro, you can get some fantastic deals. Now I'm going to link both of these drones where you can go and check them out, the Mini 4 Pro and the Mini 3 Pro. I would say on Amazon especially, they have an Amazon warehouse, which you can actually get the Mini 3 Pro really heavily discounted at times. Just keep looking on there if you're interested in one. I've seen some fantastic deals on here and they all come with warranties as well, so I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed this video, just do me a favor, it really just help out. Just hit that like button, gets this video to more people. Subscribe because, as I said at the start of the video, loads of new content and some exciting news to show you really soon. Thanks so much for watching this. Let me know, do you prefer the Mini 4 Pro, the Mini 3 Pro? What drone would you take with you if you're going on a travel destination? Let me know. Really interesting to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.